You wanted a knife round? We're getting a knife round. We're getting a knife round for you folks.
Ooh.
For the 3 people in chat who really care about knife rounds, let's see what the strats are. Oh, battle up on Tetris. Looking good for EG early on here. EliGE trying to get a multi-kill, but oh, it's not looking good. A 1v2 required. And it's not going to happen. This is the part where I go in and check and make sure the heads is not all messed up. It's probably all messed up, John. I forgot to update the scores.
No.
What have I done? What was that? This is 16-11, right?
Yes.
Cool. We're good. It's not messed up. Everything's fine.
No, 16-10. 16-10.
Ah, you're killing me. See how the sausage gets made here, folks. By me fumbling on the HUD.
It's all right.
Now, the logos are messed up right now. But I'm hoping they're going to fix. They're not fixing. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to fix it. Hold on. I'm going to fix it. Ready? You ready, folks?
Ready? I'm ready.
Boom! I fixed it! Boom! Magic! That's right. Magic. We're in map number 3 here now. We can focus on the cast here. Knife round done. EG get their pick of sides. They'll start CT, and Liquid are rocking up middle. Oh, there's a spot. Player's been seen towards Catwalk, and Breezy collects OC in the connector, but they're still focused on the safe site. And now, despite having been spotted, still going to get
TK.
one. Now it's starting to get interesting with the TK coming through as Rush puts CeRq into the ground.
I just got it lined up. He just walked into his lineup. That's simple as that. Bomb getting it planted here, and Stewie is right next to it. Happened right under his nose, and he can't connect with the headshot. Needs to reload. Nitro takes him down. That makes it a 2v1 in favor of Team Liquid. Yeah, Rush is already on the site, and he will not get the frag on to Nitro. Nitro wins the day, gets the 2K, and Liquid strike first with that first round victory. And the thing for Liquid is Mirage is also an excellent map for them. They played it the most out of any other map over the last 3 months, 10 times in fact, 7 of those wins, only 3 losses, and a plus 34 round differential. They're on a 2-game win streak in fact here. They've defeated Pain, PA, Big, Team 1, and Strife over that period. And if you look over on the EG side, they don't play Mirage that often, or at least haven't over the last few months. 2 wins, 1 loss, and a plus 11 round differential. So still have done well when challenged on it. But recently against the Party Astronauts, if you recall, they lost 14-16 here.
Now, I am curious to see what EG we have on this map, right? Because
yes,
after part of the series, even losing the first map is very good. It's a massacre a bit. Not much showing for it. 1 kill, nothing to worry about here if you're Team Liquid. But even losing on Vertigo, there were still some critical rounds, right? Like CeRq stepping up huge with that AWP on their CT side, and having some really critical clutch rounds when they were in broken buys, when it was forced up around the op, and he just delivered again and again. That's something that's very exciting if you're an EG fan.
Yes.
But we're going to need to see more of that. And we're going to want to see them get that op up early. They don't have it in this round, obviously, but it would be nice to see it early on here for EG in towards mid if they're going to have a real chance of contesting here on Mirage.
Yeah, and I think having CeRq perform well in 2 consecutive maps, 20-plus frags each time, is also a very good omen. The thing is, Breeze, a player they usually rely on to come out and do those, get those frags done on a consistent basis, had 22 on Overpass, but then Vertigo, he fell silent. He did have that fantastic 4K clutch, but outside of that, there wasn't much to speak of. And I think they really did need him in that second half because Liquid really took control.
This is a bold spot here for Stewie. Kind of out in the open. Autimatic, meanwhile, has been lost elsewhere. Hit is coming in towards A. That would have been huge for Shocked, but instead, survival only lasts a little bit longer for CeRq. Now, strong these 2 players in, clearing out Dark. That's going to work out beautifully. A trade is executed to perfection. That was a really killer round from Team Liquid. They set the pace. They had the control, right? They were keeping EG on the back foot the entire way. Even when EG got shots at kills, it's instantly traded. That pace was beautiful for Team Liquid. And EG now really getting nothing out of their first gun round are going to have to take another eco.
And EliGE has continued to be a dominant force here on both maps. In fact, 108.4 ADR, and that's not just stacked onto one map. 100 plus ADR on both Overpass and Vertigo for him, along with 49 frags and a plus 11 kill to that differential. OC not far behind at 40 and 26, and even NAF at 42 and 30. The three big players for Liquid have been exactly that, and that's why we're here on map number 3.
Smoke into the window. Breeze. How's Deagle? Not a 5-7. Not a 5-7, and I think that's his mistake. Getting shot in the knees. Kneecapped out by EliGE. Brutal.
Oh.
Not even a chance here.
Body armor on those legs, so, yeah.
That is true. That is true. Yeah. That's a 3,000 IQ play. OC, though, says there's also no chance to survive if it's a headshot. That is a rifle given over. Now the one-shot headshot is in CeRq's hands. With the player out towards Tetris, that's the only presence I have on towards A. How does Liquid read this? Well, if you just kill everybody, it won't matter. Unfortunately, EliGE can only get one. Or very fortunately, if you're EG. This gets kind of interesting. They don't have information that I'm aware of on Stewie's spot. He does just have the pistol. But he's now got a slightly bigger pistol. Can he make some noise? Being methodical about this. Here comes the peek gone through. He's been spotted. Information gained. Positioning given up. And Rush, I believe, has been seen, and indeed Shot brings that through. Turns around, pirouettes nicely for the second, and here we go. Liquid continue their run of clean form to start off Mirage.
Yeah, now EG are going to reinvest here. Not off to the start they were hoping for, and I really do feel like Liquid are carrying over the momentum they had off on Vertigo because their CT side was just lights out incredible, and even Nitro starting to get into the mix. EliGE has already 4 frags here, 1 frag per round, and I mean, that's pretty much been his pace, to be honest with you. Nitro going to toss a couple of flashbangs here into connector, but Stewie and CeRq connect on simultaneous frags. That's mid-control denied from Liquid, and a quick 5v3 in the first 15 seconds of the round. Nitro's going to fall back towards T-spawn. They're going to try and reset. We'll see what they end up deciding on. Could go back to the A site, but the numbers have really been taken out of their favor. Need a big push here and a perfect execute. Utility will be so important for them. And they have to wait for the smoke to dissipate off the ramp, which it will just in time for Nitro to push up here. Maybe OC just going to go for a dry peek. Not necessarily a bad idea. Could catch him off guard. No, CeRq denies him completely. And it's Nitro and NAF are going to try and regain control once more. Nitro will be off in his hands, and there's not much they can do.
Yeah, I mean, economic damage, right, at this point is probably what they're looking for, but there's EG players swarming the site. Even a bomb plant seems a far thought. 45 seconds. They do have a little bit of time to work with.
Too many
getting
bodies.
Kills out of this. They're getting completely blanked. This is beautiful for EG. And at this point, I mean, what do you even do if you're Nitro, right? He's just going to try and get the kill on the flank, knowing that someone's probably coming through to punish. And he does slip in towards Palace. Is anyone coming hunting for this? Is he actually just going to try and save the op? Because with 5 alive on the other side and his general position known, that's a tough ask.
I mean, he has money, so even if he goes down, it should be okay. If he goes down beyond time, is what I mean. You see underneath balcony, 2 of the EG players nodding up and down. They're happy. Pleased with the performance here, and they're not going to chase at all to try and punish here. So that's a pretty good save from Nitro, despite the fact that he's surrounded. EG just want nothing of it.
Mm-hmm. It does make sense. You got a full buy to spare now. You got a full buy where you keep your players up, right? Giving up that one gun, it's not going to be the difference between them having a buy in this round or not. It was always going to come in with the rifles, but now Evil Genius have a cushion to work with. They've got some comfort, they've got some security. They can let out a little bit of a sigh of relief here. Obviously, still need to make the round work. It looks like Liquid want to get pacey with it. Osu's been lost, tried to go for the aggressive play, and Breeze put him down for his efforts. Where do they go with it now? They're completely rebuffed. Shock's picking up the AWP. Who actually wants to take that big green? Who's going to wind up with it? Seems like it will be Shock's. Player top mid. This could be interesting. It's EliGE. He's a monster. Stewie's playing anti-flash. Automatic's here as well. He obviously doesn't know it, but there's multiple moments. They don't know a player's here.
No, they have no
clearly
idea.
don't. Their backs are turned. They're not watching this at all. If he comes
CeRq
out
is what?
to his left, I mean, CeRq's watching actual top mid.
That's
He's not
true. That's
expecting
true.
the player behind the boxes. This could be 2 free kills. He just has to come through with it. But he's waiting. He's waiting.
I think he's waiting for the execute to come through on the A site and then go for a monster flank.
Or he's waiting for them to flash for that top mid peak. Like, there's a lot of things he could be waiting to check. He might just miss his window. No! Gets
Nope.
both. There it is. Huge play from EliGE, and he just about hops his way around the corner. Now he's pulled so much focus, so much rotation. It's got to be CeRq. It's got to be CeRq who makes some noise if EG are going to hang on to the site. And with his presence down with the AWP, it's 30 seconds, so they can't rotate off. They do have to face into this, and everyone's here for the evil geniuses. Smokes are in. A little bit of cover here. Ticket's the big threat, though. And a massive threat it is. Bomb going down. Is there any utility to chase him off of it? No, it's going to have to be the spam, and Nitro gets that bomb down, and he lives. Do him one better.
Just barely surviving, but it's enough, at least for the time being. Shox does get one, but it's Rush with a 2K, makes it a 2v2, and all of a sudden this is very winnable, but EliGE pushed through the smoke to drop Rush. That leaves only CeRq standing, and now with his position known, yeah, they're not going to give him any fight, as they shouldn't. Wait for him to come to you. You have all the advantages, and they know that CeRq, if he doesn't find that frag, he's going to opt for the save, and that's exactly what happens. A Liquid do find a way to pull that one through. Great 3K coming through from EliGE, and they get a 5th on the board.
There they go. They're out. Big round for Liquid. And for EG, now the question is, was that full buy that you saved through in the last enough? And it was, indeed. Especially because they keep the op here. They've actually got plenty of capital. It's not an issue. Also, apparently, John, the really expensive AK that we've been admiring, it's NAFs. Despite having the French stickers. It's not the French players. It's Mr. Naps. It seems. If my sources are to be believed. My sources being Twitch chat. Very credible source.
Yeah, on the price of that one, but it's really hard to determine the price of a gun once the stickers are applied because they lose a lot of their value.
More than I want to spend. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, but it's a lot. It's a lot of money. There's no question. What a shot from CeRq, though. EliGE gets caught out right before the cover of the smoke will protect him there, or at least protect him from visibility. 5v4 in favor of EG as they're looking to strike once more and get back onto the scoreboard. And EliGE has been the most dangerous player, so it's a good one to pick off first. I also really love the patience that EliGE showed in that previous round, right? Just at top mid, waiting and waiting and waiting for his opportunity to strike. You were right to question, saying, how long do you wait, right? Is there a moment where you'll miss your opportunity? But because of how Liquid were set up and the utility that they could have thrown onto that A site, it would have resulted in a reaction regardless, especially considering they didn't know EliGE was there, so we just had to wait for the opportunity, and it presented itself.
Okay, what a shot for Shox. He's not dead to CeRq. How has he lived there?
That is surprising.
Bit of a miss. Bit of a miss after hitting the Ripper in the first. You know, I had to have his one whiff. Bounces it out. It's like a rechargeable ability. Got to whiff one to hit one. He bounces all things. That's rough for Rush. Blinded up. He can't quite have his vision clear, even though he knows Shock's right around the corner. He just can't find the shot. CeRq hits 2 for the price of 1. There we go. The whiff charged up his ability, but this time he doesn't get to pull the trigger. It's a 2-on-2 with that bomb going down, and that's a huge kill to find with Breeze and utility in hand. It's all under this man. It's all under Stewie 2K. The leader must do it all himself, and it's 1v2, but OC's completely scoped into the window. He doesn't realize they're already out, but Naf will get revenge on his old teammate. We'll settle the score. We'll give him another round through for Liquid, and though that one is rough, though that one is helter-skelter, it's still a W for Liquid, and that's all that they need. CeRq with the collat shot on B.
Yeah.
Whew.
That was absolute pandemonium. I mean, honestly, towards the end, swinging back and forth between both teams, trying to wrestle control out of the other's hands, and in the end, it's Liquid to survive long enough with one player left to win the day. Honestly thought that Stu had that lined up and was going to be able to clutch it, but just not to be. An EG suffers another round loss. The loss bonus, though, has hit full, so it's 3,400 into their bank accounts every single time. The thing is, on CT side, it's sometimes you still have to go for the half buys off of that, and I think this is going to be one of those rounds, despite the fact that they do have the op in CeRq's hands. A force buy wouldn't necessarily be a bad play, and I guess that's what they're talking over right now. They want to see if they want to invest around it, but it would be a huge blow to their economy, and they're already down by 5 rounds, so they have to be careful.
They're doing this again where they've got enough money to get a pretty
It's a half
solid,
buy,
weird buy around. But actually need to invest all the way. Stewie, though, ripped right off of the ticket. He's down for the count early on. Molotov's going to force Breeze out into the fray, and, well, the fray is not going to suit him very well. So a fast round for Team Liquid. They just hit the accelerator off of his claws, and they just killed 3. Completely dismantled the site. And at this point, the biggest thought in EG's mind needs to be, where are they going to hide this op? CeRq gets 1, but there's already a player top mid. I don't think he's getting away with this. I don't think he can. He's throwing the op away. What's he trying to do? He's got the rifle. That's what he wants. He wanted to get that rifle back for his teammate, so now Rush can go back to join him, and they can save the AK and the op. That's a brilliant play, provided he survives.
I'm not sure he will. Naf is chasing, and he does get tagged down to 86.
Naf's not about it.
CeRq and Rush, yeah, he's going away. I don't blame him. You know, the money's not exactly fantastic here for Liquid either, so they say, you know what, let's just, I'll let you guys keep that for now. We're happy with our lead. Still, that will help out a lot here in this next buyout for EG. Rush does eat a nade to go down to 64, but he survives. He doesn't care.
It's actually kind of wild how consistently EG have been able to invest into rounds. I mean, at this point, the lost bonus is built, but that CT side is still so tricky. But they're doing the right thing in saving 1 or 2 guns and rounds to give themselves a chance to kick that can down the road. Now, all that being said, it doesn't matter if you can't actually win the rounds. And right now it's 7-1. Doesn't matter how well you're managing your economy. You gotta start to take some wins.
Yes.
Right now, Team Liquid are trampling all over you. I got those little horse hooves. They're trampling you on down. Fast play in here. OC taking point as well. No op in his hands. It's for Naf instead. As OC seems like he wants to entry. Shocks down for the count, but mid has been taken in a big way. See them moving the op around here.
Yeah.
I know that in the past, Naf has been a guy who just, when he's feeling the op, he picks up the op. But with a much more dedicated opper in OC, still a little bit surprising to see that happening.
Yeah, usually the second opper is, well, actually it is Shocks, so Naf's grabbed it, and you can see why. He wins the op v op duel up against CeRq, who has been the best player for EG over the 3 maps so far, in my opinion. And, well, OC is going to get a response onto Stewie. That makes it a 4v3.
This rush engagement, this is going to be the next critical one.
Exactly.
Because here's the thing, if Nitro goes down here... Okay, he actually doesn't go into the fight. I was going to say the bomb is so tough to retrieve. And at this point now, Rush is just very committed, so he has to win this fight if they're going to have a chance.
He's surrounded.
Trying to reposition, you don't get away from that one. And that's going to be the round. It's going to be over. It's going to be an 8th for Team Liquid, as they will, at the very least, secure the half advantage.
Yeah, this is just nearing the point of domination for Liquid here in this first half. Breeze has quieted down completely compared to the first map. And there isn't much happening in the way of good news for EG here. Alright, well, 8th round and the half, as you mentioned, going in favor of Team Liquid. And EG, with the full loss bonus, should still be able to invest at least.
Had an out-of-body experience there. Going into third person while we were it's like the, I'm going to go back to the Doctor Strange. I already made a Doctor Strange reference once, but it's, you know, when they like hit people and their spirit shoots out of them, John.
Yep.
Yeah, that just happened to us. Collectively. All of our spirits who were possessing the one player. Do you think it's like that? Okay. All right, we're gonna get CS lore right now.
Let's go.
Do you think the way we observe is we're like the haunted ghosts of the battlefield? Just inhabiting the player to see through their eyes.
Oh.
Inhabiting the player model. That's right. We're theory crafting here for CS lore. I'm gonna make a YouTube video, Dark Souls style, where they just extrapolate 30 different things to figure out the actual story of Dark Souls, and do that for Counter Strike.
You're getting pretty deep for me, Mike. Like that is I don't even know how to think about that. I mean, Ghost of the Battlefield? I suppose so.
Yeah. You think so?
If we want to develop that lore, I don't mind.
I think we need to. And then, like, when you're playing, you literally possess them. That's my next theory. A haunted puppet of some variety.
It seems like this is a book waiting to be written, Mike.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. Sign me with that Netflix deal. I know you guys are losing subscribers now. You need this content. Give me that Netflix deal. I want whatever deal the Obamas got. By the way, didn't they get some crazy Netflix deal? They haven't done. Have they done anything with it? CeRq, nice shot there. That could be a big pick, but the presence coming in towards the site. And this is going to get very messy indeed. No kills coming through. How's the op the one that's still gearing towards mid? Shox will deliver on it, but this has gotten downright messy, and it's going to turn out with Naf alone in a 1v3. He's only died once this map, but this might be number 2. He's ticked the flames, which means that he's been hurt, and that's going to be kill number 2.
Yeah, and round number 2 as well. Coming through for EG. CeRq still hitting the top of the scoreboard there. Added another one in that round, up to 10-6. But the lead is still very daunting for EG to stare down at. And they will have a full-on buy-up here featuring an AK and utility. All the utility they could possibly need. Liquid still have enough money to buy whatever they, well, please. And Shox decides to go for the MAC-10 regardless. And you're going to have 3 AKs and the Tech-9. So you're probably going to see Shox take the lead here on the execute. And that's exactly what's going to happen towards the B site. They start to run all the way up until they get to the B apartments, and now they're going to walk through. Nade gets tossed on 4, and EliGE gets tagged down to 59 from it. Rush gets the opener on Shox, and that's problematic because now there's a Molotov on Ben as well, and the flank's coming through, but OC somehow manages to steal the killing blow, and then EliGE gets rushed. Back and forth action here, and as it stands at 2v2, Nitro makes it a 2v1, and now a 1v1. It is madness right now onto this B site. No bomb on the back of Nitro either. He is at half health. Autimatic doesn't know his positioning, so he could get flanked out, but now turns around and thinks, okay.
He missed the jump.
Something's going on, yeah.
He missed the jump in the window. He missed the jump. These rounds, these last 2 have been so chaotic. They've been so spicy. And it seems like we had a little bit more spice in this one, the 1v1 between Autimatic and Nitro. The 2 recently ex-Valorant players. Now dueling off,
true.
and neither one have their ultimate here. It's going to be all about the gunplay. A smoke goes up. That gives away the information. That gives away the element of surprise. But Nitro just wants this bomb. He's just stolen it. He's leaving. He's gone. Like a thief.
Well, Automatic's going to hear him, right?
Yeah, I mean, certainly. But if the smoke goes up for Connector, it's just not going to matter. There's a molly, actually, for it. Does Autimatic want to get through the flames? He does! And he had the light up. Nitro couldn't slip away. Autimatic gets the best of him here.
Just a moment late on the Molotov. A second sooner, and Autimatic might have still pushed through it, honestly, but it could have at least held him back and made him think twice. But he gets right on forward, doesn't even really get ticked by it, and then lines up the shot. Well played for EG, and now Liquid are going to call a timeout. It was chaos again, of course, but whew, still, at least they're finding ways to win rounds now, as opposed to before when Liquid were winning everything.
I mean, and here we're going to get the force buy-in from Liquid as well, right? And this is, I think it's a fine decision because, again, coming down to just one player, you got a huge chance to crack through against EG to really, punch them in the jaw. But this also represents a prime opportunity for the geniuses. One more round, even if it's a chaotic, messy, crazy round, provided you avoid the bomb plan here, Liquid might be staring down the barrel of an eco, and this might be coming a whole lot closer to an even game.
Alrighty. 2 players onto the B site. 4 evil geniuses, and they're going to go quite aggressive into mid. EliGE gets caught at the back of those boxes atop mid. He's going to have to move away after that Molotov blooms at his feet. He does manage to dodge it. Doesn't take much damage from it, and that nade flies right on through into ramp. Liquid taking their time, though. They want EG to make the first mistake, and now Shock walks into the crosshair of CeRq and hits a ridiculous shot to open things up for Liquid. They still aren't going to make a play off of it, but that is a big advantage to get. The Opera for EG, as mentioned, who's been really one of their best players, does get taken down, and Breeze is going to grab that op and try to work with it now.
Oh, that's a huge kill to find for EliGE. And they know there's a player on Catwalk as well from that spam from the audio queue. But they're just going to leave him alone for now. Pressure on towards the site. It's all going to be on to Stewie to connect with this AWP. Has some serious clips with it in the past. That's a big kill to find. Starts things off here. Bomb still hasn't made its way on out. It could be rough, but EliGE hits that. Does he realize that Rush is coming up the underpath? Does he figure this out in time? He's gotten around the corner. Rush might be a little too late onto this. The smoke goes up. See him. And that's going to be Stewie out of play. Rush is out here, but he cannot find enough kills in time. A 9th round through for Liquid, and we talked about it. This was the critical round. This was the swing. This was the round about which so much hinged, and it goes the way of Liquid.
Yeah, I mean, the loss bonus is still going to help out the economy of EG, but you have to wonder what they do here. If they continue to force up, it will just lead to the same result over and over and over again with Liquid racking up more rounds. So they will be going for the half buy here. Pistols coming through, not even, in fact, just a pistol buy up, and Rush is going to pick up the body armor. You've got 2 5.7s, 2 Deagles, and the USP. Stewie gets tagged down immediately to 35, and that was towards the A site. He did manage to deal a little bit of damage in return, but Shox comes out better in terms of his HP at 68. CeRq peeking around from window, looking for information, and EG is trying to stack this A site. It is the right call because Liquid is going to execute here. You have to imagine, knowing that they have the advantage. Molotov doesn't go where it was meant to, just blooms in midair and does absolutely nothing, but Team Liquid continue to move on forward.
What can the Uspas do here? Oh, that's a Deagle.
Quite
A
a
little
bit.
bigger than an Uspas. And oh my goodness, these pistols making some noise. EliGE is going to clean up the connected players, but no one's looking for the flank. And there's one. There's only one. Still, did look like a very good one. It's so very messy. It comes down to EliGE in a clutch. How has this gone this way? It's just pistols. It's just been a pistol stack. EliGE knows where autimatic is. It knew where he was. Does he trust his instincts, or does he expect a rotation? No! He's
Nice.
ready for him. He's checking, making sure that there's no opportunity for autimatic to snatch that one away. Still way
Oh
too
my
messy.
gosh.
But the end result, John, is still double digits for Team Liquid.
I mean, Liquid did walk into the stack, right? So it's always a risk when that happens, especially with the upgraded pistols. But EliGE saves the day. A good clutch from him to ensure that EG weren't able to steal one away from them. And not to mention, lucky, of course, that the last player on EG did not have a rifle, because there were rifles strewn all across the bomb site. It's just that it wasn't meant to be for EG in that round. CeRq gonna take down EliGE. Great shot. Top mid goes down, but Naf manages to get on through for not one but two. The first one up close and personal, thanks to a flash from Stewie, the opposite team, and then Naf gets Stewie in turn. What a flick to CT. And now CeRq's gonna have to do work to deny the presence gained onto the A site. The thing is, that's not the final destination for Liquid. They've pulled the rug over EG's eyes because they're headed to the B site, which has been free. It's free and clear now because the EG rotated over.
There's
A.
a spot.
Nitro. Yep.
There's the collection for Nitro. And it's starting to go from bad to worse here. 11 rounds potentially on deck, but CeRq will at least get a kill. This might just be enough to give him the space to save. Here's the thing. They've got no money going forward, right? So this bomb's down. They had no positioning on towards B. Do they want to try and contest this? CeRq's at least going to go for the peek. That Molotov, well, it might make his decision for him. They got no kits. They got utility, but it's worth saving into the next round to give them a chance to fight, to give them a chance to contest. It's been brutal for them. But it's a world of difference between a 12-3 and 11-4, and EG will at least try and give themselves a chance to fight for that last round.
Overall, though, not trending well here for EG, to say the least. And Rush and CeRq, I mean, Liquid haven't been able to really get their how crazy these rounds have been, so a chase is not exactly in the cards. But to think, up 11-3, and their economy still isn't in a position where they can chase for those frags is just nutty, and a testament to how insane this map has been so far. EG on the wrong end so many times when it could have gone either way, right?
Tech 9s. In mid. In spawn. Somewhere. Tech 9 somewhere. Where are they going to go? What are they going to do? What are you going to mix up here if you're EG to try and get this final round? Where's the spice going to come in, John? I want a little spice. I want a little pepper. I want some heat in this round. And right now, I'm getting a lot of heat.
Yeah, I would say maybe they tried it before, trying to go for that mid presence and really go aggressive, but it just... I think,
oh, my goodness.
What?
EliGE just flying in towards mid. The man just wants to be top mid every round. He will run boost. He will sneak through. He will jump smoke. Do whatever he can. Try and get in here.
I mean, maybe spicing things up is just giving Liquid mid and not trying to take the fight, right? And force them to go to the bomb sites to get those frags, because every single time EG have been showing themselves in the early goings of the rounds, Liquid have been capitalizing with early frags. So perhaps this is the way to get things going.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This one feels like it's spicy like tapioca pudding, which is to say not at all. But they have avoided any conflicts in the first minute 15 seconds of this round, right? So at least that's something. They have conceded mid. Now comes the play. Rush holds on. Maybe bland is just the way EG's got to roll it. Not giving any spikes. Not giving any heat. Not getting them any action. Still, they need to hold on. And CeRq gets caught jumping for information. Ticket. Freeze down for the count. That's the A-site defenders gone. Done. Bomb's going to go down. They want to try and contest this from Connector. But that's in a pretty awkward position. And there go the bodies. Great positioning here from Shox. And he gets the last as well. It's a 12-3 half, as this was just a brutal beatdown. We'll be back after this quick break.
Tell me now why you want to wait. Running out of what you want to say. I've been looking for you, looking for you, looking for you. Take me down, leave me lost and found. Take me down.
Counter-Strike. Potentially one more half. Definitely one more half. Could be brief, unless EG get off to a hot start here, because it wasn't a good first half of play for the Evil Geniuses, John.
No.
It wasn't good at all.
I mean, there were a lot of crazy rounds where it felt like it could have gone either way, but at the end of the day, Liquid were just the better aimers, and EliGE in particular continues to be the hot hand. OC gets the headshot on Breeze to open things up here. 5v4 quickly for Liquid, and now EG decide to fall off that attempted mid-take. Both players going from mid to underpass back to the B apartments, and they're just going to execute on forward. They have a couple of flashbangs in the smoke. That's in CeRq's hands, and he will be tossing these on forward. You have to imagine eventually. Probably just going to line it up on the flank, and that's exactly what's happening here. Doesn't really do much. Naf has full visibility. So does EliGE. Now it's going to get the shot over on Rush, but Stewie does manage to get one and only one before EliGE clocks him. 3v2, man advantage is disappearing quickly in another chaotic round that ends up in a 1v1. CeRq versus EliGE, and he pushes EliGE, then finishes him off. EG somehow managed to win this pistol round and get a fourth.
Dude, CeRq is the spice right now for EG. He's the only player who's positive on their team. He's got 15 and 10. Considering the fact that they're getting battered 12-4 at this point, it's a bonkers scoreline.
CeRq is their best player in this series, period.
Yeah, he's definitely having a good one, a renaissance game, if you will. And I mean, if that's a sign of things to come, I'm all for it. Still, you're going to need a lot of that CeRq spice if you're going to make a game of this one. That is a good way to start. But what is Liquid able to do here with the scout and the pistols?
I mean, you saw it in the first map. CeRq and Breeze clicking at the same time is a lethal combination, but they haven't been able to do it for more than overpass.
They're trying to play bit of cheeky angles here. What's OC gonna get? What's OC gonna get? Anything? They're through the window, but they haven't cleared his spot. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Oh, my
it's all falling
goodness.
apart here. 3 huge kills for OC. The Deagle strikes again and again, and now Stewie's down to 5 points of health. He's out of play. The round snatched away by Team Liquid as their young gun comes alive with the Deagle.
OC. Oh, my goodness. Have mercy, sir. Some wicked Deagle shots coming through. He's gone to a KDR of below 1 to exactly 1 at 11 and 11, and he's on his favorite side. Gonna get that op up and running as soon as possible. You have to imagine, and well, for the time being, they are just gonna take the Galils off the ground. 4 of them, in fact, don't even really have to invest in this round outside of utility, and they're going up against the Deagles now of EG. So maybe EG can repeat what OC did to them in this round. They got the body armor along with a couple of flashes here. No head armor though for 4 players, and that will be tough going up against both the Galils and the M4. Rush hearing on forward towards Van, just waiting for a peek to come on through. An info hop perhaps? No, not going to happen, and he gets smoked off and flashed. So Rush says, yeah, you know what, not a good idea to go in there, and he'll back off and try to regroup with the rest of his teammates who are going for a push in towards A.
Oh, autimatic trying to rip a dig shot there, not quite connect, and well, there's the first execution. Those are going to take control top mid. Now they can redouble their efforts, refocus on in here. Rush is going to make the play up underpass, but he can do something, and he could not. It's all falling apart. 1 kill is all they have to show for EG, and Liquid are now 2 rounds away from closing this whole series out and moving on here at the IEM Dallas Close Qualifier, trying to secure that spot here. In the first event, the first LAN event. I just want to get excited about this one more time, John. We're getting a real primo LAN event here in North America for the first time in so very long. It was supposed to happen with DreamHack Anaheim. Obviously, that had to be canceled, unfortunately. But we're finally going to get it. IEM Dallas, man. It's happening.
Yeah, there's no question. It's happening. Really excited about it as well, Mike. Oh, the run boost! It doesn't pan out at all. In fact, EliGE stopped autimatic's momentum by catching him off in midair. Charges up to get 1 more and will go down to Breeze. That's an M4 potentially handed over, but OC's right there to deny it, and he will get the last 2 as well. Liquid in full control, 15-4, 11 opportunities to close this one out, and I don't even know if OC's going to have a chance to get the op in play here. Oh, he's going to buy it anyway. All right, so they decide to upgrade to it, and he will at least get 1 round with the big green.
With the big green, with his signature cannon. We'll see. But Liquid are looking to secure their spot here in the upper bracket final to be 1 series away from confirming that spot. Let's see if they can do it. Let's see if they can make it happen here. Well, my Firefox crashed, but that's okay. That's not necessary for streaming this game. So we're all good, folks. Oh, EliGE is going to make sure that autimatic system crashes right down. Big kill for Rush. There's still this player under the balcony. There's still this player under the balcony. Can he get anything out of it? No, Nitro burns. And then it's pushed down with the bullets. Nice spam damage. It's not going to be the kills. Can you transition this bomb to the plant? There's a smoke for it. Seems like the lurk smoke's going to go back the other way, and this spam is good. Shocks, and that covers EliGE to go through, and that's going to be the finishing blow. It's all over here, John. It's all done and dusted, as that's Team Liquid securing their spot in the upper bracket final. 1 more series is all that stands between them and a spot at IEM Dallas, and they'll get 2 chances to make it happen here.
Unbelievable.